Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to a new project that I've been working on for Excel Ultimate. I'm happy to share episode 1 with you, Inside the Mind, where I'll be going through every one of my plays and points, breaking down what I saw on the field to help you kind of see what we're looking at the top level. Now, I'm excited. Episode 2 is going to come out to our newsletter Monday or Tuesday. You can get on that signing up for free. Link in the description below. Episodes 3 and 4, quarters 3 and 4 are going to be released on Excel Premium's exclusive library. So head on over to Excel Ultimate to check everything out if you like this video. Now, let's get started here with part 1, which is the first quarter, a game from 2 years ago, Raleigh Flyers versus DC Breeze. Let's get started. Alright, the first point here of the game is an O point. I'll be playing mostly offense today with a couple of D points. And here we just have a normal side stack where we can kind of bring, just a side stack here. We're attacking, this space on the field. We have a power thrower here. So essentially we're just going to send, Jeff Wodach right up the field. Hopefully he's going to take 2 defenders, and then I'm going to be able to slip in for some more yards. That's just the game plan here. We do have, Xavier who likes to throw it. So Jeff's deep cut actually, takes the look, which isn't a bad look here. It's a turnover. First pass of the game, it's okay. And now we're just going to switch to defense. And we're just playing, mostly straight up defense here on the turn. No zones, nothing too fancy. And we'll have, once the disc gets checked in, I'm on the weak side here, so we'll pause it. And the focus here again, everything through my eyes. So right now I notice, I'm right here. I see everything because I'm on the far side of the field. I'm able to see almost every single player. And I quickly realized that my player is very, out of the play. Not many people are going to take a 40-yard hammer across the field to gain 2 yards. So I'm doing there's no real benefit for me playing defense so close to my player right there. So we'll move forward, and then I'll start to, peel up a little deep. Now is when I start, finally getting away, and basically from here I'm able to help with this player if he wants to go deep, and just a little bit more deep help over the top. Again, this player in yellow is he's way out of position. The field is super long, especially in this AUDL field, and there's just body in the way. So I'm not too worried. Again, still there. A lot of people kind of ride the line of poaching too much or not enough. I think if your player is really out of position, or not just out of position, but just far away from the disc and in a spot they're not getting it, go ahead and try to give some deep help. So I help deep, and then my player finally realizes here that he's being poached, but I've still been able to shut down. Well, I haven't been able to shut down. I've been able to help a little bit on a deep cut, and even though my player's poached, it's still going to take him 4 or 5 seconds to get to the disc where I can recover. So yeah, I think this is a good time. If you're playing on that far side, the weak side of the field, always kind of creep in to help your teammates. As the play happens, Nate Pryor makes a great block here on this on the bottom of your screen, and we get the disc back. Now the next thing here, and this is a little point to talk about, is we have this turnover on the bottom left, and it's 3-on-3, which is great. 1 defender, 2 defender, 3 defender, and then it's going to be 3 of us attacking. 3-on-3 in space in Ultimate is amazing. So what I would rather myself do is to push all the way down the field, stretch, let one of these 2 players closer, get the next one, and off to the races. Instead, I make a pretty bad cut, honestly, here. I just kind of slash across for the disc, and I cut off 87, Matt Kerrigan, there, and it wasn't a great cut. So this is just unnecessary. Again, look, I'm essentially just cutting this player off, and I should right now be upfield for his continue. As it happens, I do get the disc, which, I do, and now there's nobody ahead of me. So I was supposed to be the continue there, and unfortunately now, I've kind of shut that down. So it's always mindful on that quick turnover, fast break. Just put your head down and push downfield, and then look for those big continue yards. Next thing here, first thing on the sideline, again, look is downfield, 1 second, always trying to get the disc off the sideline as fast as possible. And we don't want to throw it directly to our reset here. If Nate were to catch the disc here, there's still, again, a lot of traffic in front of him, and we kind of want to get the disc out to space down this arrow. So not only is he catching the disc going towards the middle of the field, but he's able to attack on the next one. So the swings here, if you're ever on the sideline, really try to put those swings out to space, and then just lead in Nate here. So from here where he caught it, he started here. By the time he's able to catch it out to space, yeah, we lost a little bit of yards, but we've kind of opened up this new box where cutters can attack downfield. So just a small thing there, putting those throws out to space, super important. They can go a long way. And then we were able to hit that space that we were looking for. Okay, next point here, another O point. Just a little isolation play, looks like for Kerrigan. Xavier used that pump fake to open up the under. And I think I am the continue here. I don't get it. I think I cut a little bit too early, because you'll notice this happens a lot in Ultimate is you're always timing your cut when your player's ready to throw. So, I'm cutting as if Kerrigan would kind of catch and be ready to look downfield. But if you'll notice here, he actually takes a little fall, and that's kind of my job as a cutter to see those things and adjust my timing. So I'm cutting full speed like he's ready to throw. Look, this is, I have my separation. I can get this big under, but, he's just standing up now and he's not ready to throw. So that's just a small little thing. I'm always adjusting for when your player's ready to throw. That was just a little bit of a miss by myself. So I just, hit the brakes, try to get the disc back, and, not so successful. So a small thing there. Okay, this next one is a really important kind of philosophy a lot of Ultimate teams play for. The disc is going to move here towards Nate, and that's going to keep me and my defender in front of the disc. So there's two things we can do here. One is we can just clear directly deep, trying to get out of this space, or this one's a little bit easier, slash across the field, which is going to open up. Again, we kind of want to throw the disc once it's moving into this big open space. So it's my job to get out. I'm going to choose to go across the field, seeing that disc is there, and now this box that we talked about is open for Wodach to attack. Again, just clearing space downfield, but you can also use this cut, and you'll notice here I took a few hard steps this way, and then I'm going to use that actually to set up my deep cut. So I'm always looking to use my clears and as something that I can use to get open. So we'll play it here. Wodach gets that under with the space, and then we talked about it. I have that separation, the initial separation I created here. I just maintained it. Now I was able to see the poach, and when I did kind of see this poach here, I decided to angle my deep cut a little towards the corner of the end zone instead of taking it straight down the field. Even though perhaps maybe the poach was a little bit closer than I had anticipated. So when we roll here, first thing is setting up my cut. Since I'm a little bit deep, I'm probably 5, 10, 15, almost 20 yards down the field. This is a hard deep cut to make, so what I do is I drive under 3 steps to get my defender's hips to turn. You can see the angle there. And then I'm going to take my deep cut, and not only do I get a little bit of shallower, but I also have my defender off balance. So again, I knew I wanted to go deep the entire time, drove in to set it up, and then break out of this cut. Jeff has an open side backhand. The poach does peel, so what we got to do now, if we freeze this frame, is we have to seal the poach and then attack the disc. We don't want to get trapped under the disc or it's going to be 2 versus 1. So I'm going to slow down here, use my shoulder, get a seal in, and then that's going to allow me to attack the disc. Again, we don't want to be under the disc right here. That's going to leave white for a running jump. We want to be where I'm at, right here, and then attack and go up. This is that separation you're going to need so you don't get skied. So, and it does happen sometimes. So again, attack it and get the goal. So this next point is a deep point here. We're now playing against the side stack, as we saw that we were running earlier in the game. So again, I'll be a little bit on this weak side, so knowing that the space they want to attack is right here, definitely try to keep a heads up and start helping out. So first thing here, we have just that big under, and now I finally come into frame. Again, I'm over the top just so I can see everything, knowing that my player here is not in a very good spot to get the disc. They can make this slash, which honestly would be a great choice, but for now they're hanging out, so I'm able to hang out over top. Plus we know that Nethercut loves to throw it deep, so now I'm like kind of looking to see if I can either pick up this deep cut to help off the back. So again, that weak side help, always looking to be over the top, helps out a little bit. As for now, they don't throw that first one, and once the disc moves upfield from here, I can't really play any help now because my player looks like they're the next isolation cut or first up in the stack. So now I have to kind of get out of that poaching, helping mindset and just, let's lock on. So do that, kind of get that open hip defense, staying behind but trying to pressure the under, and trying to use this triangle as me, player, disc. So if the throw does end up going out to space, that's now a foot race. So there's a little separation, which is, on defense usually you want to minimize that, but I'm able to use the angle position there. So the throw doesn't come up here, and then they make a good clear. That's a great cut. If we look at it, the L cut, now my momentum is taking me off balance this way. So that is definitely helpful. They don't end up throwing that. It's more of a clear. And from here, now I change my spot. Whereas before I was playing behind my player, now I'm playing a little bit closer, stopping this under, using my body to take away the open side under, forcing the away. And if the disc does come up, hopefully I can make a play, and it's really going to stop the under. Now we have, they don't throw that one, and then this is a great cut here that actually he takes 2 steps out to the break side, and that again gets me, over committing, and then he peels back his cut this way, and now I'm trailing. So again, you can't fall asleep here. I fell asleep for a second, and nobody's actually really going to throw it. Their stall 1, that hammer, so you don't really have to commit so urgently. So I do commit, and we can see the separation here. He's able to get a couple yards of separation. So a nice flat pass there should do the trick. The throw pops up a little bit, which does give me a little bit of chance to close and go up early. So again, that was a block, but I don't think the separation should have been that large, and I don't really need to commit on that break side. Okay, back to offense here. First quarter is, it's getting close. We're now in the side stack. We have, 2 cutters up in the lane, 1 and 2. I'm more of a continuation on this play. Just, watching the play happen. No responsibilities just yet. We do a good job getting that big first one. Second one doesn't work, and now we're kind of slowly starting to go from continuation to a part of the play. first thing we'll see is this disc is getting swung, and we talked about how important it was to kind of lead our thrower out to space. So I'm watching the disc. You can see my eyes are facing that way, so I can see this swing. I see that it's a nice swing, kind of going back to the middle. So I do try to make this big swing cut. However, the swing didn't get enough distance. I think if Xavier caught it here, he would have been able to hit me on that big gainer, but the swing didn't kind of get out to that space. So we're kind of staying back on playing to the top half of the screen. From here, now we get another little wheel, and we are able to hit that swing, although it's blocked. Great play there from Rally. Last part of the quarter here. This will be the last play we break down in part 1. If you like this, again, our free newsletter is going to have part 2. You can sign up in the description, and you just get videos and articles each month free. So here we have a little split stack, looks like maybe a hoe stack, and we're just going to isolate a bunch of space. For me, we're going to have these cutters kind of get out quickly, and I'll be attacking this green space. It works well. We get quite a bit of yards on it, and from here, looks like Wodach, who initially cleared, is now kind of up in the lane. He's just going to take it deep, and we see a couple of things happen here. So the first thing is he gets into his run, full speed run, and his player's hips are just starting to turn. So even though they're even on this blue plane, Jeff is going to be open, and I can see that from here. I also do see a couple of white jerseys, but I really don't see them disc watching. I think they're pretty engaged on their players, although we'll find out soon that they actually did see what was happening. So I do see